This is probably the most challenging record you have ever put on your turntable. This is probably the...
What up, Junction Crew? It's your boy, A.Prince. Yeah, we back with another one, for sure. It's been a little bit, you know what I'm talking about? I apologize for the absence. You know, life goes on. Make the best of the situations, the cards being dealt. You know, to everybody out there, keep your head up. So, today's episode is a very personal one at best. I kind of don't want to get into it, but I have to because it's just been on me. It's been on my mind. It's been like, it's like a constant knocking at the door. Like, hey, yo. And anybody in artistry, you know what I'm saying? You got gifts out there, no matter what it is. If it's meant to be pushed out, like something is telling you, you got to get this information out to the masses. It's something on someone that you need to convey this message out to. And that's what's going through my mind right now. And that's what's been at me for the last, I would say almost the last week. It's been on me like, yo, you got to put this out. And I just don't like to go that much personal, you know, somebody deaf and all that good stuff. But it's not about me sometimes. Sometimes a message needs to be bestowed onto y'all because someone might be really needing that information. And I'm like, drag my feet on it, but it's got to get done. So, but yeah. We're going to go to a short little snippet break, you know what I'm saying? And when we come back, we'll talk more further about today's video. So, enjoy. Welcome back, Junction Crew. All right, so today's message is about depression. I'm not going to talk, you know, get long-winded about the situation, or really. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over some things briefly. Depression affects 6.7% of Americans, which I believe equates to 16.2 million Americans. Yeah, but this information and research was based off of 2016 that I did my research on. And as you know, we're in current midst of a pandemic. So I would say that them numbers is probably astronomical right about now. And I know that a lot of people are going through depression real heavy right now. And from trying to figure out, you know, how you're going to pay your bills to you're not making quite the same amount of money. How are you going to take care of your finances? And the list goes on and on and on and on, from relationships and everything like that. And hey, listen, I mean, I gotta give you a little brief, you know what I'm saying, info about me. Which I don't, you know, I'm sharing because this information, I feel like this message has got to go to somebody because it's been on my heart to do it, you know, from writing the piece out, you know, to just trying to find ways to shoot this video. I've been dragging my feet with it because I really don't like to get all that personal. But anyway, it's not about me though. It's about you. It's about getting out the message because someone out there needs this information. So, back in 2015, my grandmother passed, and for me, it hit me hard, like super hard, that I was in depression. And there's multi tiers of depression, but I think mine was a major depressive episode. I think that's what one of the tiers were, and that's where it affects how you conduct life, about your sleeping habits and eating habits and all that good stuff like that. I was in that mode, all right? And so with that, like, a lot of times I didn't want to eat. I couldn't sleep for a wink, man. I was always up. I mean, my mind was constantly running. I was up all hours of the day and night. It's just a really bad feeling that when you just can't sleep, you can't, you know, and when you eat, it's very minimal. You just don't really have an appetite like that. You just want to be distant from everybody. You just want to be alone all the time, and you don't want nobody around. You don't want to interact. You know, you got to go to work, you got to pay them bills, but you don't want to leave the house, you know, and the blinds is turned down, and you just always want to be in a dark place, because mentally you're in a dark place, and sometimes I feel like it's no escape. Like, you can be wide out here in the outside world, but it just feels like you're walking out and you got dark, ominous clouds around you all the time. And yeah, it's a really bad feeling. I wouldn't wish it on anyone. What pulled me out was the man upstairs had brought a messenger to pull me out of the situation. But it was rough, because from 2015, you know, after laying under rest and all that good stuff like that, all the way up to about at least June of the following year of 2016, I was still in that mode of just depression, you know. It affected my relationships real hard, you know, with people and personal relationships. It was tough. Because it just feels like nobody gets you. Nobody understands what you're going through, and they can't see what's in your mind. They can't feel what's in your heart. But this is what the things that you were going through, it hurt, you know, and the person just feels so bad that they can't do anything to get you out that rut. And then what added on to depression for me was that I couldn't get a job that I wanted. You know, some things transpired. I fell a little short of the goal, and I didn't get the job. And for me, added on to that situation with my grandmother, to not getting that job that I wanted, and I felt like I was behind in life, you know, because in life, you feel like at certain points you should progress and you should be moving on, you know, and trying to elevate yourself. And when you don't feel like you've reached that part or different parts in your goal, it just adds on to the depression and just make you really feel like, yo, I'm not worth anything right now. I'm worthless. And then you just seep a little lower and a little lower. But like I said, the man upstairs brought someone, you know, a messenger and different things like that, from personal to, you know, friends to all that good stuff, to really bring me out of where I was. And I can't thank him enough for that, because, you know, when people say, hey, listen, you know, I'm depressed, or they make jokes about it, you know, they just don't know the place that I've been. And I know that people have been way, way lower than mine, you know, because like I said, there's different tiers of depression, you know, there's pretty much different tiers to everything. But to be there, it ain't no joke. It ain't no laughing matter. So whoever this message goes out to, please take heed to what I'm saying. You will make it out. You will break out in your time. And break out is also the name of today's poem. But you will break out. You will make it. When you're depressed, please talk to somebody. You know, call that hotline. Get some research. Do what you got to do so you can overcome that, because it's really the worst feeling in the world to be there. Dark thoughts is always around you. And when you have those type of thoughts, some people, you know what I'm saying, they take their lives and they do all these different things. But you got to remember that you were brought here for a reason. And when you think nobody's listening, people will listen. You just got to be able to go out there and vocalize that, you know. And when you don't think at all that you don't matter, you matter. You matter. Because let me tell you something, there's babies that's born every single day, and some of them don't even get a chance to take their first breath. So for you to be where you are in life, you were brought here for a reason. Don't ever think that you don't matter, because you do. Without no further ado, we're going to get into today's episode more on that poetic segment called Break Out. It's your boy Prince. One love.
Too proud for it to flow down my face. Tears flow backwards into a gutter, fall away into despair. Pain Avenue of a miserable boulevard. Deep down, down in that place, close call. I wish someone close would call. Close call on times I want to throw caution in the wind. I'm not right within. No one worthy of a shovel. I'm not painting a dark depiction. It's just my current situation. No one can imagine how I feel. That's why I reject sympathetic feels. The devil on the right and my angel on the left, both perched on my shoulders. It took a while. Lots of eternal clashing. However, the angel prevailed and my path became clear. Unleash confessions of your soul. Unearth what was buried so deep. Prevented nights you couldn't sleep. Expel the truth out lips. Feel levitation from burdens lifted. Make a heavy heart light and distancing yourself and leave the plight. See, every footstep feels good. Goodbye from ominous box enclosure I once contained myself in. So-called friends left me in my time of need. Better yet, they left me down in ruin. Like a phoenix, though, I emerge from the ashes. And even though in my darkest hour, it will always appear to be light, the question was not if, but when will I be acceptive and receive? I was tired of the metaphorical imprisonment of myself. I was tired of being covered in the proverbial filth of worthlessness and self-pity that I had myself contained in. Does anyone care? Does anyone care? That always once echoed. Till I stood up, it said, I do. I matter. The light got brighter as if it was a confirmation. And that's when I began to break out and break free of my mental imprisonment. Break out and be free and cleanse myself of all the self-pityness and worthlessness to emerge to be a stronger person and to not ever look back the same way that I came from, that I will just always be the best that I could be, that I always pursue, that no matter what storm, there will always be a passing. That's when I break out. And after that, life was just amazing. Thank you. Break out. Don't ever feel like you need to be just subjected to your own self-confinement. Always break free. You know, depression is very hurtful, but the only way to get out of it is the only way is through it. There's a quote from Robert Frost, the only way out is through. So talk about it. Call some numbers, get some therapy, get what you need to get it out your system, because you don't need to dwell on that no more. And whoever this message is for, hey, it's time. It's time to break out. Break out.
What up, Junction Crew? Did you enjoy it? Cool. Wait a minute. Why am I still in black and white? There we go. Now we got some color. All right now. All right, so check this out. You wouldn't be JCTN if I didn't go ahead and put something funny to it. So, you know, let's get back to the fun again. Thank you for watching. Catch you in the next one. Later.
Let's get this done. Let's get this done. If you like what you see, give it a thumbs up. If you love what you see, hit the red subscribe button and the bell to stay up to date with brand new content for sure.
Till next time, later.